everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today is a cold one. We are having snow / flurries, and it's pretty cold, so doing anything in the garden is not ideal for me today. So what do you do on the homestead when it is super cold and snowing outside? You start seeds. You start seeds or you make bread. So today we're starting seeds. And today I kind of wanted to go over a couple of seed starting systems that we're going to try this year. Let me take my glove off. So I ordered the Grow Ease Seed Starter Kit from Gardener Supply Company. And I just want to say, like, right off the bat, this is a substantial system. Everything about this is not flimsy. I know that just shook a little, but it should. This is where you plant your seeds, and look at this. I mean, the other ones are so flimsy that you get from, actually let me show you the difference. Here, this dirty one, you can tell that I've used it. I've had this for a couple years, but look how extremely flimsy that is compared to the Gardener Supply one. Like it moves, it needs to be able to move, but it is extremely thick plastic. These are more like, wow, like what you would get a Hostess cupcake in. I mean, they are extremely cheap. You can hear that. I also ordered a second seed starting system, and this is the Burpee system. These both, the Gardener's Grow Ease Seed Starting Kit and the Burpee, these are self-watering kits. So they both actually have this mat underneath that stays wet, and so you don't have to water as much. What I do appreciate about the Burpee system is that they already have the little soil starting things to start off with, so you just have to add water to these and let them fill this up. But so today we're going to be using both. I don't know which system is actually better. I know that straight out of the box Gardener Supply wins, but that's straight out of the box. We don't know how this is going to go down. I don't know which one is going to water better. I'll know by the time we start planting stuff out in the garden. So just for the Grow Ease seed starting, I have soilless seed starting medium, and it's just Jiffy's natural and organic seed starting Jiffy mix. And I love it because they're with Jiffy, I know other people have had different experiences, but like there is not big chunks of anything in it. It's just very fine starting seed starting mix that you want to start with. So I won't need that for my Jiffy, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get the Jiffy watered down, and then I'm gonna put my soilless seed starting mix in my Gardener Supply Company ones, and then I'll get started with, today I'm gonna start peppers and tomatoes. So let's get started. So I just wanted to show the Burpee system really quickly. They have these little soilless seed starting pellets in them. Some of them are turned sideways, and if you get this system, please make sure and face them up, because if you do not, when you add your water, they will expand sideways, and these are pretty thin. As you can hear, it's like the other cheap ones I showed you, and I don't know if it could maybe get stuck in there and it would be too condensed to plant your seeds, or maybe it could tear the wall. I'm not really sure, but I think I've got all of those now. And then I'm just going to add water over this and let it expand, and then we'll come back to this tray. Okay, so now with the Gardener Supply tray, it has this that comes with it. And so you just put this in the bottom of your tray, and then you get this capillary mat. It has a white side and a black side. The picture on the directions shows the white side up, but the directions say to put it, let's see, yeah. Moisten the capillary matting and then lay it with the black side up on the support platform with one end of the mat over one end of the platform. I suppose that's what they mean. And then we're gonna fill this tray with our seed starting mix now. Okay, so you just grab your tray and you just start filling up these squares. The one thing that I do really like about this tray in particular is the squares, or each little cell is nice and big. I'm using these for my peppers and my tomatoes, and you might even be able to skip potting them up if you use a big one like this. And so anyone who has gardened for a while knows that that is worth its weight in gold right there. So if you're already starting off with a sizable container, that is just wonderful. So I'm gonna go ahead, and if you notice, I'm pushing not tight, but I'm making sure that there's no pockets in, because when your seeds do start to grow, if they hit a pocket, that won't be good. Sometimes it can dry the root out, it won't get enough moisture. So you also don't want it compacted. If it's compacted, then it will be tough for the seedlings to spread their roots out. So you kind of just want a happy medium of no air pockets, but not packed tight. And you want your seed starting mix to be the consistency of a damp, wrung out sponge. So if you can squeeze a bunch of water out of yours, it's too wet. And it could cause your seedlings to rot, and you don't want that. Okay, and just as easy as that, that is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple more of those. Make sure to mark your plans. Okay, so we're all done with that. Well, not completely, I'm actually gonna do more, but so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this where I put all my things that I start my seeds with. So I have a greenhouse now. My son built me a greenhouse, but we are not using that yet. So it's because it's still too cold. It's not a heated greenhouse yet, but it will be. But you don't have to have a greenhouse to start seeds. And so I just have a little space that I have shown before in my utility room where the furnace and the laundry is. And it is just metal shelving that we have set up with shop lights and heat mats. Now, I don't say that people need a lot of things, but if you are gonna start seeds, there's two things that you need. You need a heat mat and you need shop lights or grow lights or whatever you want to call them. It's all the same. And I know people disagree with that, but it is. So I've grown seeds, my own seeds for 12 years now, and I never have a problem under shop lights. So, and we actually have switched over to a couple of our tiers. I also wanted to say that dealing already with between the Burpee and the Gardener's Supply, I know that I have not planted in either of them yet. There is definite quality issues with the Burpee one. And so if you do purchase the Burpee system, well, the Burpee system is less expensive, and it is, so I guess you get what you pay for in this regard. And so but I highly suggest, if you are going to invest in seed starting trays, I highly suggest the Gardener's Supply Grow Ease starting kit. It is very well made. It is very well made. And so it is definitely worth the expense, especially if you're someone like me who keeps their items. Like, I can keep the cheapy stuff for 3 years. So the Grow Ease system from Gardener Supply, I'm probably gonna be able to keep for 20. So if you have any questions, or if you've had a different experience, put it in the comments below. We really do love to hear from people. I love it when people ask us questions. We're not garden experts, but we have grown for about 15 years, and we have been homesteading for about 12. So if you have any questions, or you have things you would like to know or would like us to go over, we would be happy to answer them. So remember, if we can start seeds at home, anybody can. Bye.